that was the worst countdown you've ever done for me. Let me just repeat it for you guys. You went 1, 2, 3, 4, go.
I know what I said.
That
and
was
I
a
said,
bad one. I
I
want
said-
them to know.
It was bad, but I also had me in my ear, and I didn't mean to, so I was in the process of trying to turn it off.
Yeah, that can really chop you up when
Yeah.
you're recording. I know
Friend-
that because I record.
Yeah, you're a professional.
That's right. That's why I don't have headphones on.
Yeah. So
Welcome, y'all.
when we record, I have to have my AirPods in because we don't have regular headphones. And since they're Bluetooth, there is latency.
No, yeah.
Yes. So it sounds like one of them voice jammers. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, welcome, y'all, to the That's You
Swing it in.
podcast. We are super good at introductions, and we are super here to tell you all of the cool links that we have for you.
And they are as follows.
We have Instagram, That's You Podcast, Twitter, That's You Podcast. Yeah, that's right. We got the Twitter, That's You Podcast. It wasn't cheap, but we got that thing. And our
Pay for it
email,
with our lives.
our email, That's You Podcast 31.
Crazy.
And the password for that email.
No. Not that.
Oh, I was just reading what you sent me. That's fine.
No, not that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
For YouTube, it's also That's You Podcast 31. We didn't get That's You Podcast at Gmail, unfortunately. We'll find you though.
Yeah, we'll fucking
We'll
find you.
and we'll
And we'll kill you.
we'll work our way into your will and steal the That's You podcast email.
If I'm working my way into somebody's will, it's not to be getting a username, tell you that. Anyways.
Oh yeah, anyways.
Continues.
The password for that one.
No.
I'm starting to feel like you don't want me to read this.
I'm starting to think that you shouldn't read passwords.
All right, fine. Spotify is also That's You Podcast. But it says 31, but here's the truth, y'all. I don't think that anybody else is rocking like we are with That's You Podcast.
Nobody's rocking.
Nobody's rocking like
Nope.
us.
And our picture is also not us.
Our
So we're
picture-
not even rocking like us.
The jig is up.
The jig is up. If you haven't noticed by now, or if you have never seen our faces,
Yeah.
like, the
We,
jig's up.
We skimped on the cover, and we were just like, let's see what AI can do.
And they did a pretty good job.
I thought so, too.
Except I had to black out the eyes.
They did give us some good ideas for, the eyes and the hands.
Eyes in the hands.
Yeah. But they did give us some good ideas for what we would like to do once we get an aficionado
Oh, yeah.
picture. Yeah,
Yep.
it's really useful. AI, very useful.
Yeah, straight up.
Gonna take over the world or whatever.
And look, guys, if you don't want to remember one singular name for all the platforms or whatever platform you're looking for, you can't find it, we have a Facebook page, That's
do.
You Podcast.
Yep.
And we have a Linktree in our bio
Yep.
that goes to all of our platforms,
That's
every
right.
single one of them. And I update it every time we drop a new episode. So all the episodes are on there as well.
Yeah, you can find
Click
clips
link.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of funny stuff that we
Yeah.
do.
We
here.
also do YouTube, by the way, for
Yep.
those who don't like to pay for things.
Yeah.
YouTube, it's free on there.
Right. No
Mm.
commercials. Not yet, anyway.
I think there are
On
actually.
YouTube?
I think so.
On our YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting compensated for that.
Frankly,
I'm gonna talk to somebody.
we have to talk to RSS.com. Shout out.
No, talk to Mr. YouTube.
Speaking of shout outs, hi, Mom. Hi,
Oh.
Brandon.
Yep.
Hi, Landon.
Oh yeah, Landon's
Straight
listening.
up.
Straight up. And
A-Town.
peace up, A-Town. So what I would like to do as well is I would also like to shout out Khalil, who just dropped a new song.
Yes, Khalil.
Khalil, you
We're
can
going to
find
bring him on the
Spotify.
podcast. I'm going to
Oh,
bully
hell
him.
yeah.
He
We're
wants to do it.
I don't want to bully him. I just want to ask him questions that may make him uncomfortable is all.
Yeah,
Not really. I love you, Khalil. I would never make you uncomfortable.
on purpose.
Unless this is making you uncomfortable.
Hi, Khalil.
But you can follow him on Spotify, Khalil Nazar.
I would make him uncomfortable.
He's also got a TikTok. Go ahead and follow him there. Makes lots of
Facebook.
great music. Facebook, Instagram, Threads. He's on all of it. He's a guy who's
He's
on top of
savvy.
it. He is a guy who's on top of it.
100.
He makes music. He does photography. He does a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Just hit him
straight
up.
up.
Hit him up and ask. Say, hey, Khalil, what can you do? What can you do for me, Khalil?
And then
What you got for me?
his response will be, Well, what can I not do, guy?
What can I do?
What
That's
can't I
right.
do?
He's Superman. He's a Superman. All right.
He's also Ukrainian. I don't know why, but that
he's not from
baffled me.
Krypton. He's from Ukraine.
That baffled me when I first met him, and I was like, Ukrainian?
He's got like a large percentage of that.
Yes.
Ukrainian. Yeah. We saw him for I saw him for the holidays.
I did too. He came in the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a good guy.
That I work at.
So, speaking of the holidays,
Yes, sir.
I think we should tell them what we're gonna do today. What do you say?
I'm confused.
Oh shit! You know what we forgot to do?
Are we segueing?
You know what I forgot to do?
What did you forget to do?
I'm Jordan. I'm your host.
Oh my gosh.
This is Bree. She is also a host, and together we are hosting.
We shout everybody else out,
right.
and then we forget to tell people who
Who
we even are.
Right, but we did.
Wait a minute.
We dropped the links.
Who are you?
We dropped the links. That's pretty good. We dropped the links.
Yes.
That's important.
We did do that, and we
Yeah.
usually do not.
And we usually do not.
Usually we forget to do our names and our links.
Our names. So we're just like, hey, let's ramble.
Right.
Let's gamble on a
That's
ramble.
what happens when we get together. We forget that people don't know us already.
That's what starting a podcast is. You gamble on a ramble.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
That should be our slogan.
Gamble on our ramble.
Welcome to the That's You podcast, where we gamble on our rambles.
Hell yeah.
We might be saying something mildly problematic. Tell us in the comments.
Right, please interact with us.
Interact with us.
Tell us you love us. Tell us you hate us. But mostly.
Tell us you love us. Because I can't take the hate. I'm so surprised we haven't gotten it yet.
Any hate?
Right. We
We
have.
haven't said anything hateful.
I mean, frankly.
Except for that stuff about Meg the Stallion.
Her name is Megan the
Megan.
Stallion.
Short for Megalodon.
That made me cackle. We have literally 2 comments, and
Mhm.
they're both people that you know.
Yeah.
One of them says, I'm here to tell you in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is Zebra Cakes 100.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Zebra cakes are
I
like
don't
that.
even remember what that's about.
I don't understand the reference, but I love those guys. Shout out Stringer. Shout out Larry.
Shout
Larry's my
out.
barber. Larry is a great guy.
He's a great barber.
And he's a great barber.
Yeah.
Yeah, check him out at Egan and Company. We're not getting paid for this.
Yay.
And
But
you
we
know,
should be, Larry.
nothing we say or do can be held against us in the court of law. Well, nothing that we say or do is representative of, that any company that we talk about.
Right.
Right.
We're just little shit stains.
We're just
talking
fans.
on the internet.
Yeah, we're shit stains that also happen to be fans of, things and
Right.
people and places.
So just 'cause we make bad decisions doesn't mean barbers do.
But this barber definitely does.
This daddy's gotta do.
This daddy's got to do what a daddy's got to do. So we are going to do a part 2 of Am I the Asshole?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we seem to have gotten a lot of
Oh my gosh, so much. So
Attention?
much attention on those. I don't You know what? People just love knowing that they're not the biggest asshole in the room. And honestly, I fucks with that.
I strive to be the biggest asshole in the room, 'cause if I'm the biggest asshole in the room, then nobody can be mean to me. It's a defense mechanism, a cope, if you will.
No, if I'm the biggest asshole in the room, we just have a whole meeting about it.
If you're the biggest asshole in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Very good.
Thank you.
But before we roll into that, we
Mhm.
asked y'all last podcast
Yep.
if you liked the idea of Florida Man, and honestly, we don't care because this one is funny.
We don't give a fuck.
This one's good. It's
Yes.
a little segment we're going to start doing, and I shall do.
So do.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Florida man arrested after hitting dad with pizza because he was mad he helped birth him.
Very nice.
A man in Pasco County
Mhm.
was arrested for domestic battery after admitting he hit his dad in the face with a slice of pizza because he was mad his dad helped birth him. I don't know this word. Affidavit?
Okay.
Is that correct?
Yes, that is how you say it.
Okay, cool. An affidavit shows 33-year-old Robert Houston held his dad down and yelled at him after shoving the pizza in his face. After letting his dad get up, Houston went outside and waited for authorities to arrive. According to the affidavit, Houston told deputies he knew he was going to jail when they arrived on scene. Deputies observed chunks of cheese and sauce where the incident happened, and 2 other family members backed up what the victim said. Houston was taken to Land O'Lake Detention Center. He is facing a charge for domestic battery. Florida man.
Florida man.
For the win.
Hell yeah. Beating the man with a pizza man.
It's just the title that got me. It really is.
Good.
It's good.
It's good.
How can you not?
I don't know why the pizza is so important.
Because that's what the
I mean, that's
battery
what
was.
happened.
Yeah,
that's what happened. I guess that's the importance of it.
Yeah.
Is that
it fucking happened.
It went down like that.
It's crazy.
Right.
I don't understand.
Were there any toppings mentioned?
All it says is cheese and sauce, and honestly, that might be why he put the pizza in his face too.
Yeah.
Dad, you only got me pepperoni. You're gonna talk to me like that after I helped birth you?
You what?
You fucking what?
Mom, please tell me this isn't true.
What do you mean?
Tell me this isn't true.
Your
Tell
automatic lights scare me every time without fail. I'm like, a ghost. Yeah.
We have them because of the ghost.
Elaborate.
Automatic lights just scare the ghost, and they don't know when it's coming. They don't know when it's going.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't fuck with that shit.
They think the other there's another ghost.
Ghost, right? A ghost of light, the Holy Ghost.
Oh. Welcome, Jesus.
Welcome, my Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Lord. Oh, I should start posting funny videos.
That would be good.
Just that aren't even ours.
Yeah.
That's what TikTok is mostly now.
Do you
anyways.
think they can hear what's happening?
Who?
They. Guys, I farted. I just can't. I can't not. I can't. What happens?
You're an honest girl.
What happens if they can hear it?
Well,
And I'm just glazing over it, and they're like, "What is that?"
What is that?
Guys, I too did.
It sounds like a snare drum or something.
It's like
a firecracker of some
yeah. It's viscous 'cause it's into the couch.
Speaking of firecrackers,
yes.
We took a little break for New Year's.
Yes, we did.
And the reason I'm, correlating them together is because of the fireworks.
Yeah, I think we all got it.
New Year's, new me. I'm gonna start this. Am I the asshole?
Oh, segue.
New me. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend to shut up about her weight problem? Because it's the new year, it's a new me. You want to lose that weight,
Yeah.
and you want your SO to tell you to shut up about your weight problem.
Yeah, I would love that from you.
Yeah.
So swing us in. You're great at segues. Go for it. I applaud you. Go ahead.
Me, 32 male, girlfriend Lana, 32 female, and I have been together for 3 years. Ever since we met, she has been overweight, and over the course of our relationship has gained even more weight. Her weight has never bothered me, though. She was beautiful when I first met her, and she is still beautiful today. Aww.
Very nice. Where's the butt?
But not yet. About 6 months ago, though, I guess we have a though, not a but. About 6 months ago, though, Lana went in for a checkup with her doctor, who expressed concern about her weight. She said that she should ideally be looking to lose around 40 pounds to get back to a healthy weight. At first, I offered Lana to help her with this weight loss, as I had lost about 70 pounds a number of years back before meeting her, and I knew what sort of diet and exercise worked for me. She initially declined, saying she wanted to try herself, but after a month of trying, she wasn't able to lose any weight. So she then asked if I could help her. I found my old fitness tracker watch so that she could track her exercise. I also sent her my old spreadsheet that I had used to track meals so that she could get an idea of her calorie intake. We started walking together each day, preparing healthy meals together, and I felt it brought us closer together. After 2 months of this, she had lost 15 pounds, and I was really proud of her. After this, though, she started to get back into old habits. She started declining when I asked if she wanted to go for a walk. I noticed she stopped using the watch and was no longer entering her meals into the spreadsheets in the evenings. Even though we still meal prep together, she started snacking a lot between meals, saying that she felt hungry. I asked a few times how things were going, and she said that she didn't want to use my spreadsheet anymore because she knew what she was doing and it was my way of controlling what she ate. I took a bit of offense to this as I had given her the spreadsheet on her own laptop so she could help herself, and it had been working. Also, I don't have access to her laptop, and I never asked to see it, nor did I ever put down what she ate. Before long, she was back at her previous weight, then even put an additional 10 pounds on top. She started complaining about it constantly and shut down any effort I made to help her again because I was trying to control her. And both times control was in quotation marks. Uh, she even commented to my friends at dinner that I was trying to stop her from eating all the things she loves, which was not true at all. After that comment, I decided just to stop trying. Every day the complaints kept going. There was always some old item of clothing that no longer fit her. She complained about needing to buy new clothes. She'd always point at her stomach and say, "Oh, look how fat I'm getting." She'd complain that she didn't feel beautiful. She'd say she couldn't walk small distances because she was out of breath because she was too fat to walk. She complained that she felt sick because she ate too much. She complained about not wanting to swim in public because she was embarrassed of her body. On and on she went. Yesterday, we were getting dressed to go to my parents' house for dinner. She pulled out a shirt I bought her a few months ago and said, "Oh, I bet this won't fit me." Then she tried it on and said, "See, there, I'm too fat for it now. Look how big my stomach is. People will judge me, blah, blah, blah." I just lost it. And I said to her, "Will you shut up about your fucking stomach? I don't want to hear another word about how fat you are until you actually try to do something about it." She burst into tears, not saying anything to me. She grabbed another shirt, then ran out of the house, drove off in my car. I didn't know where she went or when she'd be back, but I didn't care. I was sick of hearing about it. Since we only have one car, I called my parents to let them know we wouldn't be making dinner. I just stayed home and ordered a pizza. About an hour later, I got a call from my mom saying that Lana showed up in tears and told her about what I said. My mom said I knew she was sensitive about her weight and demanded that I apologize to her. I firmly said that I wouldn't be apologizing, but if she wants to talk, she can come home and talk. My dad also called, saying I was being a jerk and I needed to apologize, but I stood my ground. As far as I know, Lana stayed at my parents' last night. She hasn't contacted me. I haven't attempted to contact her, and I don't intend to until she comes back home. Even now, a day later, I don't regret what I said, and I don't think I was in the wrong. Though my parents are taking her side, is making me second guess a little. Am I the asshole?
So, I think that he's a little bit of an asshole.
Yeah.
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 I understand that, like, you hearing it all the time, like, puts you on edge, and it's just annoying to hear.
Yeah.
Especially, well, only really in the case that he has, that she, like, was doing something about it, and now she is no longer doing anything about it.
Right.
That would be annoying. 'Cause, like, he was helping you, he was giving you the tools to fix the issue that you had, and you just gave up.
And it was working, and yeah.
You gave up, really. And I feel like it was, like, it feels to me that she just wanted the attention. It's like, well, look at me, I have this problem. No, babe, you look great. You look amazing. Like, that, I feel like it was just kind of fishing for compliments at that point.
That's
like,
funny.
She didn't want to do any of the work, but she wanted all the compliments, so she just sat and complained about it.
That's funny because I never thought about it in that sense. Like, oh, I'm just doing, like, she was just, like, self-hating for the attention. When I think about, like, when people in my past relationships were, like, self-hating, I thought that they were just doing it, like, either to be funny or, like, as just, like, a coping mechanism. I never thought that it was like, I want you to say something nice about me, like for the attention.
Well,
Like,
think of it like this though. I am at the heaviest I've ever been. I'm not big by any means. Like I know I could be bigger, but like
and we're gonna get you there, babe.
Thank you. There are some days where I'll look at you and be like, I feel really bloated today. Like I feel pretty big today. Like I'm not saying them in the way that she is saying them. I'm just stating a fact, really. I'm like, I feel really bloated today.
Yeah.
You know, I might be a little bummed out about it, but never in my life am I like, ugh, look at this. This won't fit me. This won't fit me. This won't fit me.
Look how fat I am.
Right. Like I've just went out and bought myself leggings 'cause I don't feel like fixing it right now.
Yeah.
I'm not constantly just like going on about it, you know? I feel like that's where it draws the line between just being like haha tee hee and being like, if I say this enough times, he will tell me that I'm pretty.
Right.
You know?
Which is what it felt like.
Right.
Yeah.
Like reading it made me cringe. Like all the things that she was saying, and it's like, you have the tools to fix it. Why are you complaining when you're just continuing to do the same thing?
And you have someone that's willing to like not only
and
help you
nobody
and
like
motivate you and go and do things with
right.
you. Yeah.
And not everybody has that.
Right.
And for you to sit there and complain, and he's like, well, come on, let's go do this together, and you don't do it.
Yeah.
That's on you, 100%.
Right.
I think his comment was a little
Oh,
crazy, a little over the top, but I also don't think he is in the wrong for being fed up with it.
And I have, you know, a kind of a mindset that I take when it comes to those kind of things, because obviously this isn't the first time that he's said, you know, at least this is not the first time he said to himself, shut the fuck up about your stomach, stop fucking talking that shit.
He'll like just not say it to her.
He's not saying it to her, and instead of like just being concise and honest with her, he was just like, he just shut his mouth and let her talk her shit.
And that's on him.
Which is
because
on
he
him.
could have been like, hey, like, you're saying all this, but I've tried to help you, and you're not doing it. Like,
I mean, it's not even about
this
like,
is in your control.
It's not even about like, oh, I tried to help you. Like, if someone else was talking that shit about my girlfriend, we'd be fighting.
Right.
We'd be fighting. Like, please don't do that to yourself, because I can't fight you.
Right. And
please.
And it's like, if you're at the point where you're like, this is getting so bad that I think he might not find me attractive anymore, you have the tools to fix it. Yeah. You dropped 15 pounds. You can easily do it again.
Yeah. And that kind of thing happens, like, with people that struggle with, I mean, I'll just say what it is food addiction. Is like,
dude, I have it. I love food.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's addicted to food.
Yeah.
You know, to a degree.
And
it's just some people are better at controlling it than others.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Anyway, keep going. Yep.
So, like, you know, the fact that she dropped that 15 pounds, you get comfortable. And I would do this too, where like I would go to the gym and I'd, you know, start to lose weight, start to look good, and then one person would be like, looking good, hey, you losing weight, da, da, da. And I'd be like, oh, thank God, I can stop going to the fucking gym. I did it. The work is done. The work is over. I've succeeded. And then, you know, you just fall back into old bad habits.
It was the opposite for me. I started going to the gym. I dropped pounds where I wanted to, and like gained muscle and whatever where I wanted to as well. And, you know, people were noticing a difference. Like, oh, you look great. I'm like, hell yeah. And like people, like someone that I haven't seen for a while, they were like, you look different. Are you doing something different? And I'm like, hey, baby, I'm hitting that gym, hitting the bricks, you know. Hitting them bricks. And it like motivated me to keep going. But then I hit a plateau. And you always do with working out. You hit a plateau where you're just not making any money moves anymore.
Yeah.
And
I start doing drugs.
I couldn't get past it.
Yeah, you gotta start doing drugs.
A lot of people can keep going where they get past it and they start feeling good about it again. I couldn't get past it. I stopped going because people stopped noticing a difference. I felt like I just looked the same. It felt pointless. So I just stopped going.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing too. That shit's hard. Yeah. Because you're like, I was making such good progress in the beginning. What the hell is happening? So then you just stop going because you get a little discouraged, you know?
Yeah.
That shit's real.
I doubt that this person that I'm thinking of in specific is listening, but I went to high school with this dude, and he got really into bodybuilding a little bit after we got out of high school. And me and him weren't like super close or anything. Like if I saw him today, I'd say what's up, that kind of thing. You know, he was a good
Right.
dude. But he got into bodybuilding really hard and like, you know, looked good, had, you know, strong build, whatever. And then one day after like 2-3 years of him posting like his progress, his bodybuilding stuff, he was just like, I'm not going to be able to achieve the body that I want to have without doing drugs, so I'm not doing it anymore.
Right.
And I was like, well, that's kind of rough.
But that's real too.
Yeah.
That is real, because like I've always wanted that like hourglass shape.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to achieve that.
Mm.
Never. I can do, you know, the leg days that I was doing. I could get more severe with it, but I'm not going to look like that because I don't have the build for that.
Yeah.
I've got the hip dip. I'm never going to have an hourglass shape. I'm always going to have that dip right there.
A lot of bodybuilding is genetic.
Right.
A lot of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Or
and if it's not, it's drugs.
Or if it's not, it's drugs. And you know, like, I don't think that you should ever be so self-hating that you're like, or rather, you shouldn't allow your body to get to the point where you're self-hating. You should
Right.
try to maintain a positive body image, and that's not me saying like, oh, you're beautiful just the way you are, don't do anything ever, like
There's
as long
a
as you're
difference
cool.
between
Delusional.
achieving a goal. There's a difference between achieving a goal and being delusional, but also just unrealistic goals. You know what I'm saying? Like there's, and I guess that falls in with delusional. There was another thing I was gonna say, but like there is a difference, because you you have to find out what your body can and can't do, and if it can't do it, you have to come to terms with that.
Yeah,
you really do, because it's just the way that you are. And in that sense, you are fine just the way that you are. If your body can't do it, don't work yourself up about it. You're getting healthy. You're doing what you need to do. Like you look great, just like that. You know.
Something that I heard. This is something that Jordan Peterson had said. He was basically talking about set smaller goals. Like, set small, achievable goals. They
make you feel so good.
And they will make you feel better and motivate you to continue going. Like, because if you're, like, starting at square one, you're, like, 40 pounds overweight, whatever, and you're like, I'm going to get a six-pack. Like, you're going to give up by the third or fourth week, because a six-pack isn't something that you get in 6 months. Or it's like a year-long process, and it's not just working out. It's also
you have to maintain
eating
that too.
Right. And you can look at, like, maybe not all athletes, but there's like a good, like, set list of athletes, like. I'm thinking more so on like of MMA fighters who like don't have six packs until they like weight cut, and then you see their six pack. Like, you could have a six pack right now and not even know it. I'm being
I
funny,
tell people that it's under all the chunk.
Yeah, right. I'm being funny, but like realistically, like, not even your favorite athletes have a six pack all year round.
Right. It's just not realistic.
Right, exactly.
Bodies grow and change all the time. Weight fluctuates.
Yeah.
And I saw a video this girl did, and she's like skinny, supermodel-esque bitch. Like, she's like prime example for
genetic lottery.
Genetic lottery, prime example for what people like try to achieve.
Yeah, of themselves, right.
Right. And she took a video of her in like a crop top, like cute outfit, but some belly was showing. Pretty tight outfit. And she was like, before I go out, and then she was going to dinner, and she was like, after I come back from dinner, and she looked completely different.
Yeah.
Because you're eating.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes. Yeah. It's not realistic.
It's part of the process.
And I think that's why, like, this is going to circle around to social media. It's so unhealthy for you to look at somebody on social media and be like, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
Because they don't even look like that. Stop it.
Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy.
It really is. And the moment you stop comparing yourself to everybody else is the moment you'll be so much happier.
Right.
Right. Anyways, guy was not in the wrong. Girl needs to stop being dramatic and do it because she knows she can.
Sheryl Crow said, it's not about getting what you want. It's about wanting what you have.
Exactly. Very good.
Shout out Sheryl Crow.
Very good. And I know that sounds so cliche and cheesy, but it's like it really is real though, because like if you spend like if it's an achievable goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is going to be a millionaire. Okay, unless you were born into it. I will stand on that hill. Unless you were born into it, you've like your chances are you're not going to be a fucking millionaire in your life.
Yeah.
So just sit happy with the shit you already got.
Right.
'Cause wishing for something else does no good ever.
Right.
Silly.
Yeah. I mean the number of millionaire, I mean, it's like such a small percentage of the population as in America. It's such a small I mean, everywhere it's a very small
Right.
percentage. It might not even, it's like not even 1%, you know what I mean? Maybe honestly it might be like bigger than 1%. It might
Right.
be like, well, I can Google it. Let's look it up right now.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
What percentage of Americans are millionaires?
And I'm not saying there aren't cases where people like come from nothing and do whatever and then become rich and famous and lovely. I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
6% of the population.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy low.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
look up the percent of homeless people, please.
Right. The other side of the pillow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this'll tell you a lot.
Oh, it's actually less.
Really?
Yeah, 0.2% of America.
See, look, you can do it.
Right.
I changed my statement.
It's easier to be a millionaire than it is to be a homeless person.
Yeah. Frankly.
Wah wah wee wah.
But look, you probably won't end up homeless, but you also probably won't end up a millionaire.
That's
So
right.
just sit pretty with what you got.
That's right.
And if you are homeless, you got this.
That's right.
Yeah.
You probably should spend more time figuring out life than listening to our podcast. But you know what? Maybe
How are you listening to our podcast? No, I'm just kidding.
if this kickstarts your journey,
We're motivational and shit.
motivational as fuck.
Yeah.
You can do it, bro.
I like how we went from a girl complaining she can't fit into her clothes to homeless people.
Go homeless people.
And if you're not homeless and you're just pretending, stop it. That's rude.
Oh my God, yeah.
Stop it. That's rude.
Yeah.
I had to explain to his 6-year-old why we couldn't take home a person standing on the side of the road today. And that
Well, he's already got a
sucked.
home, bud.
Yeah, that sucked. That sucked a lot. And I told him that if he ever wants to help, he buys them food. He does not give them straight out money.
Yeah, and I'll tell the audience that as well. Don't give them food, or don't give them food.
Yeah.
Don't give them anything.
Fuck them guys.
Yeah, don't give them money. Give them food.
I made that mistake a lot
Give them clothes.
in my youth. I'm still pretty much in my youth.
blankets.
Yeah. But I made that mistake a lot. And the one person that the last straw for me was, there were 2 homeless people that used to live by the 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
And, I gave them some money. It was my last $20.
Mm.
And I was like 16. It was my last $20. And I was like, here you go.
Yeah.
And they tried not to take it from me. And I was like, no, just
They
take
were like,
it.
you need it more than we do.
I'm like, just take it. What do you mean? Go in 7-Eleven right here. Take it. They took it and they got drugs.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't give them money anymore. I give them food.
That's the thing about money.
Yeah.
You can use it for drugs.
I get them a
It should be
7-Eleven
printed
gift
on our
card.
dollars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Hey man, I don't have any money for this meth, but here's a 7-Eleven gift card. Fuck yeah, bud.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Consensus. Guy, a little bit of an asshole. Probably shouldn't have blown up on her like that.
I don't think she's the asshole either.
No.
I think that she's just like misguided.
Yeah, a little bit dramatic, a little bit woe is
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, right.
She has the tools to fix it, so fix it.
Right.
And I know it's not easy, but also if you have the tools to fix it, you also can't complain about it.
That's right.
Or else nobody's going to want to listen. And that's silly.
Right.
All right.
Your turn, baby.
All right. Mine is, should I do the long one? We are at 35 minutes.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, let's do a long one.
Do the long one? Okay. Am I the asshole for not telling my wife about our son's talent show and then telling her it's not my fault she's fucked up her relationship with our kids?
Woof.
Woof woof. My ex-wife, 40 female, and I, 40 male, have 2 children together. Amy, 12 female, and Noah, 11 male. We used to be civil even though our breakup and divorce could be described as messy. It was for the best. We got along better than a lot of divorced parents I've known. We always shared custody of our children, and my ex-wife had another child soon after our marriage ended. My ex-wife remarried about 3 years after our divorce, and she and her husband have 3 children together. So my ex has 6 children, and I understand this can mean and I understand this can mean it's hard to give all the kids individual time. But our son has felt increasingly like they matter less than their half siblings. My kids, sorry, but our kids have felt increasingly like they matter less than their half siblings. They have brought up the fact that their half siblings get one-on-one time with her and not just when they're with me, but that they can always ask for he puts periods in places that they don't belong. And not just when they're with me, period, but that they can also ask for time with just her or just their dad. Period. But if they ask for time with their mom, they are told she doesn't have time or that they have a big family, and since they aren't always there, they should want time with everybody. There has also been trouble for them for introducing me and my ex as their parents and saying ex's husband is their stepdad. They also say their half siblings are half siblings, and my ex doesn't like it. She said her 3rd child doesn't say it, but she hasn't got a relationship with her dad, and our kids point that out. So I'm assuming the 3rd one is also his, but she doesn't say it because there isn't a relationship there. I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Me
I feel like
also.
I'm having a stroke.
I know, right? There's too much weird punctuation. I can't seem to do that. I'm gonna assume that he means that she has a problem with the posters and her kids saying that it's stepdad and half siblings, because the 3rd child doesn't do that.
Right.
So I don't know.
I'll let you go on. We can talk about it later. After the podcast, obviously.
My ex told him there should be no halves or stepdad, that they're all family. She throws the fact that they live with me 50% of the time as a reason for them to not use it and to not want time alone with her. But she and her other kids are open when mom takes one to the arcade or trampoline park when Amy and Noah aren't there. But she and her other kids are open when mom takes one to the arcade or trampoline park when Noah and Amy aren't there. Okay. There's just a lot of typos in this. Hopefully we will get to the bottom of what he's saying.
That's really why we're doing this. Can you guys decipher what this person is trying to say?
I didn't pre-read this. I saw it as I was just scrolling and was like, sure, I'll screenshot it.
Gotcha.
I know Amy had this Mother's Day thing at her music class, and she asked her mom to come, and her mom brought the other girls so they could have a girls' day. Another time, Amy wanted her mom to drive to her show she was performing in, and her mom said they should make it a family thing, so she asked if I could take the day off work to do it. In quotes, it was my parenting time, but since I was working and Amy wanted her mom, I said it was fine if she asked her. And I said, of course. Her mom wasn't happy about it, but Amy said she hadn't wanted a family thing. Noah has invited his mom to take part in his cooking classes, and she's always wanted to bring her husband or some of the other kids. He also wanted a celebratory milkshake with her when he got a good grade, even though his school fucked up and didn't have his aide there for a test. He has dyslexia and requires an aide with him.
Okay.
But she insisted it couldn't be one-on-one. There are multiple examples of this. And we're at the point where the kids would love to live with me more. But why does he keep putting periods before buts?
It's a comma, bro.
He said there are multiple examples of this. Period. Started a whole new paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at the point where the kids would love to live with me more. Period.
Mm.
But they have to be 16 at minimum for a judge to agree to listen to their wishes.
Mm.
Noah had a talent show at school last week, and it was my parenting time, period, but, oh my God. But we both get notified when something is going on. Noah decided not to say anything to his mom or invite her. She found out about it because he won and it was posted on social media. She called to complain and I had to take over because she was really upsetting Noah. She told me I should have told her and I said I didn't have to, that we both get notified and it's on us as individuals to keep up to date on that kind of activity. She accused me of coming between her and the kids, and I told her it's not my fault. She's fucked up her relationship with them by denying them one-on-one time with just her. She told me it wasn't fair, and it's easier for me because I only have Amy and Noah. I brought up the fact that she has had time for her other kids, and that they can ask for her to be alone in supporting them, and she will find a babysitter or have her husband stay with the kids, but she can't be bothered to do it for our kids. She called me an ass and accused me of coming in between them. Am I the asshole? So the gist of it,
that was just too much to get to
the gist of it is she has a million kids.
Right.
She makes time for the kids.
Right.
Of the husband that she's with now.
Right.
She doesn't make time for the other kids and insists that all the other children be involved, the husband, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She gets mad when the other two kids call them stepdad, step-siblings, whatever. And she got mad because the son didn't want to invite her to something because he didn't want it to be a family thing. And then he won, and she got mad because she wasn't there.
Mm.
And then she got mad at the husband for saying that she is the one who fucked up the relationship, and that's why she wasn't told, because the son didn't want to tell her.
She was told. She just didn't open her email or whatever have you.
She was expecting something more, and that's not how that goes.
Right. Well, if I had to wager, I'd say, like, and this is just from the outside looking in, I'd say that she probably doesn't have the greatest relationship with her other 4 children either, because, like, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. I'm sure she might have, like, a favorite or maybe 2 favorites, but I imagine that there's a lot of, missed opportunity for love in that situation. I mean, when you have, it's a broken home and you've got, 2 kids one place, 4 kids someplace, with you. I mean, that's just like a lot of, scattered children about,
Frankly.
and it'd be hard to, like, make a relationship with all 6 of them. Especially if you're not into that, if that's not your goal, is to have, I mean, I promise you, it's nobody's goal to have 2 children with one person and 4 children with another.
Right.
It's never anybody's, like, goal.
Right.
But I mean, I don't think he's an asshole. Like, that word seems like a little bit too strong.
I don't think he's in the wrong at all.
I mean,
I really don't.
You only get like so much time with your kid being a certain age. Like, that kid will never have another talent show at that age, at that time. Like, that was it. That was the one.
Right.
And I'm feeling this way because, like, I would want to know, and I'd feel like
But you also
the
wouldn't do
biggest
the
piece of
things
shit.
she's doing.
If I missed an email, like, I've missed emails before. I'd
Right,
feel like
but the
the
reason that-
biggest piece of shit if I missed a talent show because I missed an email.
Sure, but the
and,
reason that she wasn't notified is because our kid didn't want her there because she
Right.
doesn't make time for him.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like cutting off your own nose to spite your face, though, because you want this time, you want her to be there for you, but you're not inviting her to the talent show. I mean, I get it.
But he didn't want her there. That's the whole thing.
Right, but I mean, she's your mama.
Yeah, we have different views on this.
We do.
I didn't realize how split we were gonna be.
We do. I mean, I don't think that he's an asshole. I don't think he did anything wrong. I think that he missed the opportunity to do something right, though. Like, he could have been like, hey, talent show this weekend or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have been the end of the world for him to do that, you know? I feel like he wants to support his kids, and that's awesome. I think that if it'd be one thing if the kid was like explicitly like, hey, don't tell mom that
Right.
this is
He
happening.
didn't say that. That's what he said. So I'm gonna assume that didn't happen.
Right, because he
Mhm.
would have included it.
Right.
If the kid was like, don't tell mom, then it would have been, I'm not saying shit,
Right.
But if it's like, and kids don't, did it say how old the kids were?
I do believe that the boy was 11.
Okay.
Amy 12, Noah 11.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure the mom feels like a piece of shit for missing or maybe she doesn't, and she just wants, the song and dance of her looking like a mom who cares.
Right.
But if you're a mom who cared,
Right. And
maybe
that's-
you would have asked or like been like, hey, like, and honestly, sometimes kids fucking forget that shit. I remember
Right.
many a times forgetting to do like a project. It's like a fucking cliche thing to like, oh, I need poster board at 9:00 at night on a Thursday because this Friday
Right.
there's this science project that needs to be done. Like, that's like a cliche. Kids forget stuff. But I don't know. It's hard for me to be like, don't tell mom, because as a parent you want to be there for your kids. But it's also hard for me to be like, she should have known.
Right.
She should have known. She should have showed up. But she frankly didn't. And the other thing in that Reddit that you or that post that you had said was the whole she doesn't like her children calling her husband stepdad, and she doesn't like her
Right.
children calling her other children half siblings. Bitch, that's what they are.
Right.
And like, obviously sometimes you have situations where the kid calls their half siblings, their brother, their sister, and they have situations where they call their stepdad or stepmom mom or dad. You have situations like that.
Right.
But that's up to them to create that,
and not
especially
only
with
that,
the parent situation.
Not only that, it's like to other people. Like, if you're introducing them to other people, like, if they've already met your one parent,
Right.
you would go, this is my mom and my stepdad.
Right.
You're not, like, that's just how it's
Right.
going to go. And you have to realize the reality of the situation.
Right.
They are half siblings and stepdad. That's
Right.
just what it is.
And it's like, you wouldn't, in this woman's case, like, that woman would not want, especially if she had a good relationship with her dad, she would not want her friends calling another man her dad.
Right.
You'd be like, nah, like,
That's my stepdad.
that's my stepdad.
Right.
My real dad is this guy. I love him. Don't take that title away from him. He is my dad.
And it's not even that they don't like the stepdad. They could like the stepdad. They didn't really say anything about the stepdad.
Right. There was no negative. Yeah.
It's not a negative thing to be a stepdad.
Right.
You are, like, you're basically a chosen dad. You should feel honored, you know? Like, if they like you and, you know, whatever, you guys get along, you should be honored because they chose you. They don't have to like you.
Yeah. I mean,
they kind of have to like their dad. Like,
they what?
They kind of have to like their real dad.
They don't. But
I mean, you know.
Like sometimes it's not even, they're not even called stepdad when they're referring to them. Sometimes they're just like, this is Rick. This is my mom. This is Rick.
Yeah. Who the fuck is
Who
Rick?
the fuck is Rick?
All right, baby, we're nearing up.
Really?
49 minutes.
Oh, sheesh.
50.
We can cut this one a little bit early if you want to.
This is not early.
It's not?
No.
Oh, I thought
we're running out of time.
I thought we had an hour.
Yeah, but we have an hour and we're at 50 minutes.
Yeah, there's 100 minutes in an hour.
Sure. Sure. Okay.
We're halfway there.
No, we have 10 minutes to say our goodbyes because we ramble.
Oh.
But anyways, my point of view, the mom is in the wrong. Fuck that bitch. If you choose to have 1.5 million children, you better make time for those children. That is your fault.
I wager the mom is probably in the wrong, but there is room for improvement in terms of like
always
communication there.
No, because when you fuck up so many times, what is the point?
Yeah.
That woman is not his responsibility anymore.
Right. There's he
are
bears
calendar
no.
apps. There are calendars. There are reminders.
There are calendar
there are
apps.
Emails.
There are actual calendars.
Like, geez,
there's
Louise,
real mail.
lady.
There's email.
Jeez. Like, geez Louise.
Yeah, like check your kid's backpack every once in a while.
That is her fault, 100%.
Yes, I agree. It is 100% her fault.
The dad is not in the wrong.
The dad is not in the wrong.
I don't think he did anything
He didn't
wrong.
do anything wrong.
I don't think he should have done anything differently, if I'm being honest. Because how many times are you going to have to remind someone of something? It gets tiring. I've had to do that on a plethora of occasions, and it gets tiring, and it's like, why can't you just remember?
If he reminded her a single time, then he would be free of this guilty conscience of like thinking like asking, am I the asshole?
Right.
He could have relieved himself of that if he was just like, hey, 2 weeks talent show.
But she's not his responsibility.
No, she's not. She's not.
That's my view.
But
I don't think that he should have to do that.
He should not have to, but he could have avoided this, you know.
I don't feel guilty for you, guy.
I don't either. I don't think you're an asshole. I think that's far too strong of a word.
I think you're doing your best.
I don't think you did anything wrong either. I don't think that any moniker of insult would be
right. I think you're just fine. I think you're doing your best.
Yeah, right. You keep it up, man. Yeah.
Mom, get fucked. Mom, oh my gosh.
Mom,
not my mom. This mom that we're talking about. This mom that we're talking about, get fucked.
Right.
Because my mom has 4 children and she kept up with all of them just fine. Right. I understand adding 2 more is a lot, but also you chose that. You decided to do that, so fucking reap the consequences and do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Because there are no excuses for what you're doing.
He mentions that like the other kids have like a better relationship or something with their parents. Is like I don't know if that's necessarily true, because like
they just get more time because they live there.
They live there 24/7.
Right. They're bound to get one-on-one time because they're bound to get tired of having all 4 children together.
All 6.
No, there's 6 including the 2 from the other house, and they are with the dad 50% of the time. So that 50% of the time where they only have 4 children.
Yeah.
It's like...
I'm confused. Does the woman have 4 children with the husband?
Yes.
And then 2 with the ex-husband?
Yes. 6
so she has
together.
6, right.
Yes.
Okay, got it. That's what I thought.
Yeah, you are correct. All right. Those are my views. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck that bitch.
You're doing just fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can never imagine doing things that people do in these. Like, that's so weird. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Get some help.
Get some help. Wait a minute. Who are you? Oh my gosh. It's 3:30 in the morning right now, and I feel delirious a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to bed early tonight, remember?
Oh my gosh. We were supposed to. This wasn't my fault.
It's not your fault. I don't blame you.
Okay. I promised that we could go to bed early.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get them
Whoopsie.
tomorrow.
We'll get them tomorrow, champ.
Yeah.
Well, you will. I'll be at
I
work.
will. Yeah, I'm definitely going to bed early tomorrow.
Yeah, frankly.
Frankly.
All right, everybody. That's
All right.
it. That's all. We only had time for 2 because we ramble.
Rambled and rambled.
We're very good at it. We watched Django, the one with the lizard. Sorry. I love that joke. I love it. Because sometimes I genuinely don't know which one you're talking about. There's Django. No, wait. Rango.
Rango.
The one
good
with
job.
the lizard.
That's the one.
Django, the one with the slaves.
That's right.
And the dentist guy.
And the dentist.
Yeah. Anyways, okay.
Christopher Waltz.
A-Town. Peace up.
Do you have anything you want to say?
We don't have time for anything else, babe.
Really?
Really?
We don't have anything to say?
We are at 55 minutes.
Do you have anything?
I have to add the backing track and all the things, and oh my gosh, stressful.
All right, fine. Sorry, haters. Sorry, friends.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
lovers.
Haters, fuck you. Friends, fuck you. Just kidding.
Mom, don't you fucking dare. Would you do it?
I love you, Mom, so much.
Yeah,
Hi.
that's what I thought.
Jordan's mom, hi.
Hi, Mom.
We sent you the link, I swear.
We did.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.